We get a 1, personal space, 2, personal space, 3.
Hey, hello listeners. This is just a quick disclaimer for this week's episode. As anyone that's listened to the show before knows, there can be some adult language, and anyone that's listening for the first time, please keep that in mind. We tend to be ourselves and not filter, so occasionally a bad word might come out. If you have any children in the room, please put on some headphones or have them put on some headphones. Thank you.
That I don't even care about this. I'm not even interested in having this skin on my personal space.
You're listening to the IDP Guys with Sean, John, and Nathan, the Wizards of Fantasy Football. Your go-to source for the individual defensive player strategy. And now, 3 guys who could only make an NFL team on Madden.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Nathan from the IDP Guys. We are on episode 138, and I am joined just with Johnny this week. No Sean.
Greetings.
What's going on, Johnny?
Not too much, man. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. Pretty good. We don't have Sean. He's working to prepare for the Super Bowl Sunday to have that off. So we can't fault him for that. But we wanted to get a show out. We're doing staff awards this week. So give a little kudos to our guys on staff, have a little fun. But this is episode 2 of the 3 episodes that we're doing before our break after Super Bowl. We'll talk a little Super Bowl today, even though we did last week. But there's also a lot of news to get to. So with that, let's jump into the question of today. So now that dynasty leagues are kind of starting to trickle back in, opening up for the new year, are you finding any assets on your team that you kind of maybe forgot about or changed since it's been, 5 weeks, 3 or 4 or 5 weeks since we've looked at our dynasty teams? Are you finding any like hidden gems or anything on your team there, Johnny?
No hidden gems. There were definitely some value shifts with the trade there. I feel like Woods and Cup went up a little bit, Akers maybe a little bit. Man, it was tough to trust the Lions receivers before this, and now it's like Jesus, Galladay, giant disappointment last year. Who knows what happens with Marvin Jones? Hawkinson, I don't know, man. I mean, he's still a top 10 tight end, but do you take him as high without Stafford there?
Do you think he's a top 10 tight end without Stafford?
Yeah. Without Stafford, I don't know. Yeah.
Right. So I think that he's going to be used. I don't think that he's going to be nearly as valuable. So, but he's also a piece that will probably gain value over time as they have, if they ever find their quarterback. And I don't know, he might also become one of the only receiving threats. So there is that chance too, that he kind of gets some production by default. I've heard some talk of Marvin Jones going to the Rams following Stafford on like a team friendly contract, just because Marvin Jones has had his best career with Stafford. So that could be some interesting stuff. I know that I found I've had about 3 or 4 leagues kind of reopen in the past week. And every time the first thing I do is I look for Stafford because I know that going into, even last year, I was getting him so cheap in startups that it was ridiculous. And now, I don't know, would you put Stafford in the conversation of those top quarterbacks that you get earlier in the draft. I'm not saying like top 5, but like there's always that run that starts with Mahomes,
Dak,
and then
Lamar,
Dak.
Kyler.
Yeah, all those running quarterbacks. Would you put
Right.
Stafford just behind them, and would you reach for him at all after this news?
If it's Dynasty startup, probably not, just because he's getting a little older. But yeah, in redraft, absolutely. That's a guy that can throw for 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, and it's not going to cost you a lot. So yeah, absolutely, I'm into it.
Yeah. And then another one that I found was this is the one that we're in together, Johnny. I think it's My Dudes or something. It just reopened, and I've got Kyler Murray, Justin Herbert, and then I got Trubisky, Fitzmagic, and Hoyer, and it's a 1 QB league. And in my mind, I'm thinking flip Murray for some major rookie draft potential and fill out, I've got a decent roster in that league. I was 9 wins last year.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. If you only need one, may as well. Yeah.
Right. Definitely. But all right.
What's up, guys? It's Josh,
Adam,
and Bobby
here with the Big 3 IDP podcast. And if you've never listened to our show before, here's just a taste of the insanity that you will get week in and week out with the Big 3 IDP podcast.
Skunks are so cute.
We just ate White Castle at like 10:45 at night.
I tell you, one I liked about it a little bit more was Jeffrey Simmons.
Ooh, did you say a Bartman, like Steve Bartman? I don't like Bartman in Chicago this year. He's going to catch too many foul balls.
You know it's all about getting real and getting down to business and getting down to the facts.
Slide 'em in, slide 'em out.
It's right.
So, if you would like more of the shenanigans that you just heard in these little snippets, be sure to subscribe to the Big 3 IDP podcast wherever you get your podcast adding. Listeners are guaranteed to have a good time.
Hey, you can't afford not to do this, baby.
That's right, baby.
This week's news.
Alrighty, not very news intense. Did you have something first? No.
No,
okay.
Go for it.
Yeah, no. Late news week. We covered like 4 weeks of it or more last week, so we're good. More of the same on the players playing through all kinds of injury shenanigans. Max Crosby played through a broken hand and a torn labrum this year. So that's kind of wild. It feels like there's more of that happening this year. This is like the 3rd or 4th story we've seen like that, where guys were playing through stuff where they probably should have gone to IR for the season and just kept going.
Yeah, I wonder if it just has something to do with the mentality of the coronavirus of like they're doing it. They've already committed to the fact that like they're staying away from family and all that stuff. And maybe it's a mentality thing of like, hey, if I can play through it and I'm already here, let's just do it.
Yeah, no, definitely. That tracks. I could see that. Other things that happened. Nick Saban recruiting video leaked. Did you see that?
I did not.
It was good. So there's some high school kid getting recruited to Alabama because it's all through Zoom now with the corona. Recorded with his phone and leaked it. And it's great. It's like 2.5, 3 minutes of Saban just laying out all the reasons why he should go to Alabama. And it was just really good. It just reminded me of why he's so good and why they keep winning. It was good. It was like TMZ type thing. So scandalous, but excellent.
Nice.
The big one, we probably should have led with this. Stafford to the Rams, Goff to the Lions. Nate, obviously, you've got feelings on that?
Yeah, I mean, first off, all the people that were saying that Stafford wouldn't get more than like a 2nd round pick, they can all go fuck themselves. but it is, you know, it's sad to see him go. I'm glad he landed in a place that, I mean, he's got a real shot at getting to a Super Bowl and taking one home with the Rams. And good on them for, seeing the talent. I hope Rams fans get used to hearing how Stafford is best friends with Clayton Kershaw because apparently the NFL announcers love to talk about it. When Kershaw was in Detroit for the Tigers, that was a common thing that would get brought up in games. So look out for that. And it did seem like Stafford had a lot of pull on where he ended up getting sent. He, as we'll talk about later, said not the Patriots, which is something that I called and kind of happy to be right, because that would be kind of shitty to, I don't know, waste your time with this Patriot way the last 5 years and then be okay with going there. I mean, granted, it's Belichick, so it's a whole different thing than Patricia. You're talking about someone who actually is a NFL rocket scientist. And so like he could have, had a good time there as far as winning. I have a feeling that he wanted to go somewhere with less pressure as well. The Patriot way tends to be very rigid and very like fall in line or fuck off kind of thing. Whereas he's going to go where I'm sure McVay kind of runs a tight ship, but he's probably going to enjoy it a little more. Also, he's in LA, so who wouldn't want to be there? No more Detroit winters. Little Freudian slip there. So he also nixed a possible trade to the Panthers, which would have included a 2021 first. So possibly a better trade for the team. And I think they were saying Bridgewater might have shipped with that trade. So I'm not putting a whole lot of stock into it, but I'm just glad Stafford went someplace, and Lions got a mess of picks. So it seemed that the coach and the GM are taking more of a long view on this rebuild. And so Eric Schlitt had said that he considers, the 22 and 23 first round picks to be a little bit better in the sense that this new GM will be able to put his administration in place for valuing players and everything by then, and be able to have a better hit rate by that point than trying to rush something out this year and possibly, screwing it up. So all in all, I'll be watching the Rams next year.
Yeah, no, I think it worked out good for both. The Rams get a window to win a title. You guys got a mess of picks and a young quarterback that was taken early. Give him a shot, see if he's the answer. If not, you got a ton of picks to figure it out. So worked well for both. We're not going to do the what is Deshaun Watson cost now thing because everyone's done that already, and
yeah,
it's an IDP show.
Yeah.
So no, good for both. Good stuff. Happy he gets a chance. Nice. Okay. Also involved in that story, anywhere but the Patriots is the quote.
Do you think the Patriots are starting to get a bad rap?
No,
from
not
players?
really.
No.
I mean the assistant coaches have never been successful.
Right.
I mean,
right.
Vrabel's it, right? Everyone else has kind of not been great, and Patricia's just a giant asshole. We've seen that multiple times in stories and players talking about it and stuff.
So we've covered this on multiple occasions of like fans just being so unruly, losing their shit, and like say burning a jersey. With the way Patricia and Bob Quinn treated this team and left it on the way out, my visor that I got at Lions training camp and had like a mess of signatures, I contemplated burning it because it had Matt Patricia's signature on it. but that it was fleeting because I also have Stafford's signature on it, so I can't burn it. But I was like, if it was just Patricia's signature, if I had just gotten his, I would have burnt that hat and made a video and posted it on social media in a heartbeat.
Jesus.
I was that pissed.
Well, I think you made a good call overall not to burn it. But yeah, this is the thing with all those Belichick disciples, right? Like they're not Belichick. They don't
Right.
have Super Bowls going back to 86 as defensive coordinators on the Giants. Like they don't have, what is it, 8 Super Bowls. You know, like they don't have the pedigree, they don't have the experience, they don't have the resume. Like Belichick can be a dick because if you go play with Belichick, you'll win. Like
Right.
Patricia hasn't earned that. He hasn't earned the
No.
right to walk in and say no fun anymore and fat guys do twice the sprints. You know, the kind of shit that we kept hearing about him. He never earned that right. He was on a staff with a guy that's earned that right. That's the only thing. You know?
Do you think that Belichick withholds the necessary information for these guys to be able to be good? Because I mean, you always talk about we talk about coaching trees all the time. We talk about, you know, this coach that's working out came from, you know, the scheme of this guy, and like this is how it all plays out. Do you think like Bill Parcells had a decent coaching tree, but Bill Belichick does not? And Belichick is part of the Parcells coaching tree, is correct?
Yeah, he was his defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Mike Holmgren, you ever want to see a coaching tree? Check that one out. That guy's got a crazy one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's withholding. I mean, they're there. They won titles with them. They saw what happened. It's just getting it to, to happen somewhere else. Plus, the Patriots have been doing it for 20-something years. You know, like it's set in stone there. To pick that up and move it it's got to be hard. Got to be real hard.
Yeah. I guess it would probably, well, but you go back to like the guys that were there from the beginning. You would think, okay, so yeah, they have it established, and maybe the guys coming in are now like they can't take it somewhere else because it has to be established. But the people that were there at the beginning, like say Romeo Crennel, he was the first one to leave, and he didn't do anything. You know, he didn't succeed, but he got to see it, you know, be created. There's got to be something, because like, why does it happen over here where a coaching tree can be successful and then it doesn't over here? What are they doing? Yeah, it's just a thought exercise of like curious, very curious.
Yep, we shall see. Not even close to done on that. You know, there'll be a bunch more guys, but I don't know. Maybe Vrabel's the first, and we'll see what happens to the new batch. But
Yep.
Interesting nonetheless. Other interesting news this week: Buck's cannon from pirate ship will not be allowed to shoot during the Super Bowl.
Is that a home field advantage type thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. They if they win the Super Bowl, then they're cleared hot. They could fire the cannons, but that would be, after time expires, that sort of thing. But yeah, it's considered breaking neutral field if they do that.
Gotcha.
So that's
Intimidation.
unfortunate. Yeah, right.
Intimidation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's unfortunate though, because that's a cool feature of that stadium. So that stinks. Okay, Chiefs had some coronavirus nonsense. Barber get tested positive, was going to cut 20 guys' hair, got through like 1.5, and they pulled them. So they avoided. Oh, you didn't hear about that? Yeah.
I didn't. That would have been terrible. You imagine that? Like,
Well,
the
yeah,
whole...
Mahomes was one of them. It was going to be a lot of guys, and they got his test like halfway through the second cut and yoinked him.
Damn.
So we're looking good currently. And last but not least, Antonio Brown and Antoine Winfield, quote, close to being ready to play, unquote.
Do you think that
that'll
they
be
don't
good.
play?
No, they'll play.
Yeah.
But I mean, their injuries were legit. If they're not playing the NFC title game, there's an injury.
Yeah. I kind of wondered about Antonio Brown though, not coming to the title game. Like, he didn't even travel.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. They've had some time. Hopefully they'll both play. I think if they don't both play, I mean, they're already in trouble. That's just going to make things worse.
Right.
Couple notes here. Only one note. You lowered the shields for an hour. I had a look see. It looked pretty good. I liked it. I like the design. Not enough feats and meats, but other than that, we're good. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. Overall, so I had to lower the shield for a minute just to get outside input because, you look at something too closely, oftentimes you miss something. Overall, really good feedback. I had a couple people on Twitter reach out to me and tell me that they weren't subscribers before, and mainly because the website was too unorganized and it was difficult to navigate. And they said after looking at this, they plan to subscribe and give us lots of money. So I was like, that's great. Very few real negatives. I asked everyone to give a positive and a negative. That way, it softened the blow of the negative if, everyone started shitting on it. And, got everyone thinking of what problems there were in the website. And a lot of people had trouble, and not saying that to toot my own horn, but mostly just that, like, we've covered a lot. I've went through and covered a lot of the problems that we were having on the old website. And I'm just happy that we've been able to do that. But it's going to launch on Friday, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit later, but I'm nervous about it, mainly because, like, it's going to be functionally ready and majority of things are going to be there, but there are going to be some stuff that, like, I'll be filling in after, just because we have to get this site up. It has to be up there. We have to get rolling again. And some of the small details, like, our about page doesn't need to be filled in and completely perfect before launch. So, Friday, it'll be Friday morning. I'll just turn it on. And actually, when I lowered the shields, I said it was going to be an hour, and I actually kept it down for 2 hours. So, and no major problems, which is good.
Yeah, nice. Looking forward to it. That's it.
All right, time for some listener questions. As always, Johnny pulls these mainly from his Outlook account, the subscriber Slack channel, or his asshole sometimes.
Yep. Preferably my asshole.
Yeah. So be in one of those places if you want to ask a question to get on the show.
There's plenty of room in my butt, that's for sure.
Alrighty, Johnny, what do you got for us?
All right, nothing from the Slack this week. Things are quiet. That season's done. Everyone won titles. We're all just chilling till rookie drafts. But on the Outlook, I got this one from IDP Twitter belongs in the shitter at outlook.com. Asks, who are some of the sites and guys you all would recommend besides yourself, obviously, for IDP content? I thought this was a great question by whoever wrote that. Because IDP Twitter does get a bad rap for having a few bad apples, but there are some excellent guys out there. One that I met this year that I'd never talked to, work with, whatever, Justin Barnes. Yeah, I'm actually, I should probably look up what site he's at, but he's excellent. He does a Sirius radio show on the Sirius Fantasy channel, whatever that is. But yeah, he's great, man. I did a couple live shows with him, and he's the guy that got me thinking about stuff like streaming based on opposing offense and how things like, you could have the best linebackers in the world, but if they're going against, the Bears offense week 1 through 4, when they're running 10 times a game, like there just aren't going to be enough tackles for everyone. Like it's, the opposing offense is such a huge part of IDP that no one ever looks at. And he's the guy that got me like thinking on those lines. So he's excellent. He played in the IDP Invitational with us. Nice. Really great follow if you guys want to check him out.
So that's at Down with IDP. He is an analyst for fantasypoints.com. And that's awesome that you added that tidbit about the IDP Invitational. I'm really happy that, there seemed to be a lot of connecting between people in divisions. There were chats created. This is kind of like the community that Scott Fishbowl was able to create, where you'd go in wherever you got landed, you connect with the people in your division, and from there, like, things happen. So that's awesome to hear.
Yeah, no, yeah, he was in my division, and yeah, that's kind of where we got talking, and things went from there. He's great. I'm gonna definitely try him, have him on in the off season.
Yeah.
I know he's receptive because we talk, so we're good.
Yeah.
Obviously, Gary Davenport and Tom K. Kislenberry are two of the old school guys, been around forever. Really nice guys, really awesome. Tom probably gonna try and get him on for the soccer DFS this off season.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be cool. John Macri, up and comer, works for PFF, does IDP for them. He is confirmed for an interview with us this off season, and I'll be doing his show in March.
Nice.
That's going to be awesome because we all love PFF here. We all use that a lot. Great site, great resource. So we'll get to pick his brain on that a little bit. Obviously, 4 for 4 and Mike Wohlert sponsored some prizes for us for the IDP Invitational. Friend of the show, editor,
He's
I
helped
think.
us. Yeah, he edits for
Yeah.
us. Yeah,
Right. Yeah, he's
definitely.
great. He's one of the Mount Rushmore guys for sure. And last but not least, I would say big three IDP. Snack food, and occasionally IDP takes. Really good friends of the show. I do the DFS show with Adam over there. They're wacky, funny guys. So there are plenty of great options out there. All of us are a little off in the brain, but a lot of nice guys, a lot of good guys, a lot of good information.
Yeah, and I would definitely say to add in dynastytradecalculator.com. They have the IDP calculator, which we were fortunate enough to kind of help them build in a sense. So definitely someone offsite that I use that all the time just as an evaluation when I get a trade to see like if what I'm thinking is similar to what's out there. It's just a check. It's just a tool to make sure that something's not off. So I
Yeah,
definitely
it's great to make sure you're in the same solar system, right? Because
right.
you want to at least be close when you send the offer, so you can kind of tweak it back and forth and land on something. Like if you're way the hell off, like the guy's just gonna be like, dude, what are you sending me? Like,
Yeah. Well, I've also had it before where like someone sends me something that I think is a decent value, decent trade, and I go to the trade calculator and maybe it's slightly above. So then I send a response back of like, okay, hey, yeah, I'm on board. Let's do this. But what else can let's throw something else in there, sweeten the pot a little bit. And I find that, hey, like I just gained like whatever it is extra just because of this tool, like, and I would have just went with the lower offer, but I was able to kind of not like send like have a major ask, like a whole like better player or whatever, but like I was able to get just that slight increase in value to the trade. So that's always a good thing. Yeah. So what any other sites? Is that everything?
yeah, no, pretty much. I mean, I talk to pretty much everyone out there, but I won't mention anyone else either because they're psychotic or an asshole. So that's what we'll go with.
All right, so here we are at the meat and potatoes of the show, as we like to call it.
Emphasis on meat.
So this is our staff awards and superlatives. We are gonna talk about our staff and give them a little bit of kudos. And I now that I'm thinking about it, I probably should have put in my show notes all of these guys' Twitter handles so that people could go check them out. So how about this? I'm going to start going through these, and Johnny, if you can help me out with Twitter handles, that would be great. But we're going to start off with MVP. This is the most valuable player on our staff for this year, and I think this one is pretty much confirmed. Morgan McLean, who has been running our data, our ADP, our rankings, like keeping things going for all of our subscribers, making sure that we fill mock drafts, making sure that all of that information gets put into data tables and sent over to the site. He puts in probably as much work, getting pretty close to what you do, Johnny, during the season, as far as like just constantly churning out and doing something. I don't know. I know I couldn't handle the amount of just mock drafts he has to do on a monthly basis.
Yeah, it's wild. He's got them fired up every single month. He's keeping all that information, so we have up to date ADP all the time. On Twitter, he's at Morgan McLean, McLane. Yeah, super valuable member of the staff. So thank you, Morgan. We appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely check him out. Follow him, and join the mock drafts that get done. We're kind of ramping things up this year. We're going to be mocking for Superflex, trying to mock for tight end premium, along with the regular Dynasty mocks that we do. There's going to be some more information on how a listener might be able to get involved with that later, probably in a future show, so that we can kind of get more of the community involved and get this stuff done. But with that, we're going to jump over to Rookie of the Year. We did this last year, and I thought it was very successful. This is a new hire that came on staff and really just kind of blew it up. Did a lot of content, did a lot of contributing, and is definitely made a name for themselves in the IDP network. This one is going to Kyle Bellafuel. He came on staff during the summer. He did the weekly waiver article during the season. So much so that like it was like clockwork. They were checking in for the waiver wire article. He got linked. His specific profile in our website got linked at idpguru.com, so that we were getting traffic from there. And he's just a great guy. Like, fit right into our culture, fit right into staff. Like, definite Rookie of the Year candidate. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I love Mr. Bellyfuel there. Yeah, he fit in immediately. He caught the gambling bug. Good dude, nice dude. Great to the community, great information. Really up and coming on the Devi IDP stuff. That's gonna be his cup of tea, along with some of the other guys. And that's such a hard thing to find these days. Like, never mind Devi, but IDP Devi. Like, that's deep. That is deep amount of degenerate shit right there. So it fits in great with us. Happy to have you on board, Mr. Bellyfuel.
Yeah, and you can find him on Twitter at KBELLF54, KBellF54. Definitely give him a follow, and interact with him. He's just a great guy. He's a Youper, if anyone out there knows what that means.
No idea.
He's from the UP of Michigan. Along with Rookie of the Year, we have an honorable mention for Rookie of the Year, and this is Zach Magley, Z-Mags. He was also came in this summer, lit it up, to be honest. Like, has had a great series on breakout. I think it was
Yep.
breakout candidates
Yep.
leading into the season, and then he was doing the injury report. And then just due to life happens, pandemic, all that kind of stuff. There was a point that he things got out of reach for him, and he didn't completely finish out the year. But I definitely wanted to mention, give him a honorable mention for the effort he's put in, and I'm seeing, he's looking to take a step forward in the second year. So definitely, he's a great guy to have on staff. Great person. This is something he saves neighborhood cats.
Yeah.
That are strays in his neighborhood, and gives. I believe he gave part of his winnings to the local shelter from that parlay that he won. So just really good human being.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and he went out and got a webcam to do more podcast stuff and video stuff this year. And yeah, like you said, he's looking to take a step forward. He fit in immediately. I remember the first interview we had. We're talking loose buttholes and crapping your pants and stuff. Like instantaneous fit in culture wise here. So,
and he is at ZMags IDP. So give him a follow and ask him for pictures of kitties.
Yeah, there you go.
He will give him. So this one's going to be a little more rapid fire. We're going to get into superlatives. Johnny and I were kicking around an idea of how to include everybody on staff. So obviously, MVP, Rookie of the Year, these are kind of like the big ones that we want to give away. But we didn't want to leave anyone out. So we're going to go through some, yearbook superlatives here. And who they fit. So, Johnny, I'm going to read them off. You tell me what you think. Is this accurate? Is this, where does it fall? So, most likely to succeed, Joey the Tooth.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Joey is got a great work ethic and is just a really good down to earth guy. Got a great family. He is going to succeed no matter what. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Least likely to set a lineup, Hollywood.
100% true. Yes. Hollywood, you're in too many leagues. 50 whatever is too many.
Yeah, you need to either set timers or alerts or something, man. It's
getting a routine, man. Follow it.
All right. Best human on staff. I actually did this as 2. So these best humans, I guess, on staff, Matt Donnelly and Dan Cook.
Absolutely. Agree. So Matt Donnelly, otherwise, it's funny. I just saw he changed his Twitter to Matt Donnelly FF. What is this shit, coach? Jesus Christ. What, you got Adam Rank on your show, so now you're a respected member of the community? Like, I know who you are. I've seen you in your underwear rolling around in the snow and jumping through tables and getting your chest waxed. Don't try and bring that crap over here. We know who you are, Coach Dingus, not Matt Donnelly. But yes, for real though, Coach does a lot with charity. No Kid Hungry.
He had the FF honors.
Yeah, he did the FF honors. His charity of choice is No Kid Hungry. And all of the, I believe it was you get a little bit of the pot for the playoff challenge, but the lion's share of it goes to that. For the playoff challenge we've been doing, and that was like $35 entry times 100 people. So that's a lot of money going to charity just right there. And that's just one thing he's done. Like he's done multiple things. Also, in Seahawks Dan, obviously, IDP Invitational. Like you and him set it up. You made sure that Autism Speaks was the charity in question, and it's been a massive success. So, 2 really great guys, great causes, good human beings.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Most likely to complain, Sean Lanigan.
Yeah, I've got Sean on here for a few. Yes, that's most certainly one of them. Yes.
Most likely to message porn in the Slack channel.
Oh, it's IDP. Dude.
IDP dude.
Yeah. Yeah, meets in the slacks. That's IDP, dude. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Loosest booty hole.
Oh, that's me.
Johnny the Greek.
Yeah, I have the loosest ass by far. By far. No one's butt is as loose as mine.
Most competitive. Todd Foster.
Oh, okay. Yes, that makes total sense. Yes, yeah, he's competitive in everything. Yeah, it took me a minute to get used to it. I was like, "Who the hell is this guy?" when he first came on.
Yeah.
But yeah, after we had that first interview and talked to him, it's like, "Oh, I dig it. I get it." Yeah,
Yeah.
Todd is great. He's been an excellent addition to the team, 100%.
Yeah, him and Joey were going back and forth towards the end of the IDP Open or Invitational, and just kind of like who's going to make it to playoffs, who's going to beat the other. They both ended up going out in the same round.
Yeah, and they both talk shit about my team that won the blue division and made it around past them, so they can both eat my loose butthole.
That's funny. All right, least likely to lose money at DFS. Steve Perkins.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, Steve is excellent. He should be doing the DFS show, not me. Like, Jesus. He's really good at it.
Yeah.
Really good at it.
Longest fantasy resume. Eric Haroff.
What I'm not familiar with his fantasy resume. Oh, like different sites and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's got hands in the cookie jar everywhere.
Mhm.
Everywhere. Yeah. He does
I
a
was-
lot. Wears a lot of hats.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of like trying to figure out a way of like saying a lot of hats, but
Yeah, he does a lot of different things. That's cool. It's nice to have different
well-rounded.
Yes, well-rounded, lots of skill sets. He's good at a lot of things.
All right. Class clown. Andrew Bidlake.
Yeah. Although it's Canadian humor, so half the time we're like, "What the hell are you talking about?" But yes, true.
Very recently, he was just repeating what I would type because I had to put out something about not plagiarizing. So he just repeated everything every time I sent something.
Yeah, he's a
Most
weird one.
reliable. Most reliable. Mike Wallert.
Yeah. No, I could see that. I could
He's
see that.
very helpful with editing and making sure everything got out there. He always was around for it. And then finally, and Johnny might not get this guy, but biggest dreamer. I kind of went classic superlative here. And that's Dan Friedman.
Do tell.
Which, yeah, to tell you is he just got put in as our director of YouTube, and we had a conversation today, and he has a lot of ideas, and there's a lot of good progress we're going to be making with our videos and our YouTube channel, and constantly has like a good idea and good insight. So definitely a great guy. But yeah, there we go. What do you think, Johnny? Did I miss anyone? Is there anyone?
Yeah, and I had a couple in here that we didn't cover. So yeah, as far as the voting for loosest booty hole, that was really tough between me or Sean because Sean's asshole is really loose too. Biggest Debbie Downer, Sean or Biddy. It was originally just going to be Sean, but Biddy can be a bit of a Debbie Downer as well. You guys both need to cheer the fuck up sometimes. Jesus. Weirdest. Me or IDP, dude? It's close.
Probably you. IDP dude actually has to like go to a business job. Like he does suit and tie kind of stuff. And
right, but then his boss sees tweets of him downing a shot of vodka and a handful of laxatives. Like,
I didn't know about this.
Oh yeah. That was last year. Yeah, it was one of those like, quarantine shot challenge, and he's like, I'll take a shot and I'll eat a handful of laxatives too. Like,
yeah, that sounds like you.
Yeah,
without the shot now.
Right. But yeah, no, I think those are all great. The short version is we got a great team. Everyone gets along great. Things are good. Really, really happy with the group of guys we got here.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Dynasty Football Digest, your new essential site for Dynasty information. For as little as $1 a month, gain access to all that we have to offer. Rankings, trends, ADP, in-season assets, and a Slack chat just for subscribers. Purchase today at dynastyfootballdigest.com.
All righty, time for steak and salad. So, Johnny, hit me with your steak.
Okay, the big one was the promotion at work I told you about. Thank you, sir. Yep. So I'll be doing some traveling for the company. So you might be doing some cat sitting, but
Yeah.
looking forward to it. Pretty decent bump in things. All good things. So things are good there. Oh, and I downloaded the Robinhood app. Not for the GameStop thing. That was my original idea. But that quickly turned into a shit show. In case you didn't notice. So
did you get any of that?
No, the day I got cleared and my deposit went through was the day they froze trading on GameStop and AMC and all that. So I couldn't even if I wanted to. It was crazy. Yeah,
that's too bad. Because like I've got Merrill Edge, I think it is. It's through Bank of America.
Yeah,
and they didn't freeze anything. They're a standard like investment account, where like Robinhood's like an alternative. But yeah, like I checked it that day, and I wouldn't be able to buy percentages of stocks, but if you wanted to buy like whole valued stocks, you can do it through that.
Right, and that's where the Robinhood thing is good because it's like, I'm trying to build a portfolio with a lot of like defense stocks and like some Pfizer and Moderna, like these ones that I'm just gonna leave them there. The dividends will get reinvested. I won't touch it for years. That type of thing. And if you can't buy percentages of that, like I'm not paying $200 a share for fucking General Dynamics. Like that's crazy.
Right.
But no, it's good. It's giving me enough, and it's very FanDuel-esque. It feels like that. So
you should look into mutual funds. I think that would, if you're gonna go the long route, that would be the very good thing to look into for you.
Yeah. No, I'm getting into all that. So just dipping the toes in the water. We'll see where it goes. Fun so far though.
Cool.
How about you? What's your steak?
So today we got, well, it was technically yesterday, but I downloaded it today. We're starting to get wedding photos in.
Oh, nice.
Little late, but our photographers finally found the time. Granted, it was kind of a trade deal. Like she is a friend, and she traded photos for me helping her with branding and stuff. So it wasn't like most people get their photos back within a month. We've given her a little more leeway because she is a friend. But we got those, and I got to look at them, about an hour ago. They look really good. And I was really happy to see those come in. So definitely my steak for this week. What do you got for salad, Johnny?
Excellent. Just not your typical Super Bowl. It's going to be a little weird this year. We're talking about this before we hit record. Just not. You can't do much this year. You can't really go see people. You can't have those big parties we're used to. All my clients I've been talking to this week, same deal. If they're seeing, a handful of people, it's like a big event. Like it's just different this year.
Yeah. My salad this week is just that I'm nervous with the relaunch of the website. Wanting to make sure it goes well. Wanting to make sure that I get everything that I definitely need to have done in time for that. And I put a lot into this, and I just want it to be received well. So, but with that, that's all I got for steak and salad.
The IDP Guys is your #1 resource for IDP information for your fantasy leagues. For as little as $1 a month, get access to all that we have to offer. Rankings, ADP trade calculator, in-season assets, and a Slack chat to get personal help all year round. Purchase today at idpguys.org.
Johnny the Greek.
Alrighty, so before we get fully into Johnny the Greek, we're going to talk a little statement games here. I don't think we're sponsoring the Super Bowl game, even though it technically would be a Sunday night game. But Johnny's still going to give some picks. And for anyone out there looking for another show that I'm involved in, check out Statement Games Inc. Statement Games, all one word, on YouTube. And I do a show with Mark, the CEO of Statement Games. One show is kind of business oriented, content creation oriented. We talk about like different issues and things that come up in as far as being an entrepreneurial in sports industry, and what kind of things we run into with content creation. And then we do a making picks episode where we just talk about sports and make some picks, and he gives away money all the time. So, but with that, let's jump over to Johnny with some statement games.
Yeah, so I didn't know if they're gonna have it up in time for this episode, but they do have one contest out right now, and it's actually, I mean they've been friend of the show, sponsor for years now, so if it's here, we're gonna plug it.
Yeah.
And yeah, they got some sweet prizes. I think it's like membership in the Premier Club if you win, plus a whole bunch of other stuff if you win the tournament. So, and it's free. You don't need. We've done the spiel. You should be playing. There's no reason not to. But yeah, so I got some statements for this week. I don't know if you want to have a look at the list here, see if you like any. I think the biggest no-brainer this week is Chris Godwin plus Mike Evans over 10. Even if it's a fraction of the medium caliber shootout we got earlier this year, they're catching 5 passes each minimum. So that's a shoo-in for that.
I like the Travis Kelce over 6.5 receptions.
Oh, that's guaranteed because Tyreek carved them the fuck up earlier this year. They're gonna pay attention and cover him, and Kelce I feel like is gonna have a big game, and he's had big games this entire season. He's had 2 bad games this entire year, including playoffs. That's crazy.
Yeah, one pick that I always love to make and I always look for is the running back for over 0.5 touchdowns, especially on teams where like they can move the ball, they can get really close to the end zone, and they will give the opportunity to said running back. But Leonard Fournette over 0.5 rushing touchdown, he just has to get one opportunity and get in, and you've got that. I go for it every time.
Yeah, no, that hit. That was your top pick last time. That looked excellent. I like that. I also like this one, Clyde Edwards-Helaire plus Darrell Williams. So both of them combined for over 65.5 rushing yards. It'll probably be Williams. He's been the hot hand lately, but between the two of them, you got to figure they get 66 rushing yards this game. Like, it feels like it's going to be a bit of a shootout. So I'm taking overs on a lot of the offensive stuff. Overall, I've got the game over 56.5. I've got KC winning by whatever. I think it's
over 3.5 points.
Yeah, 3.5 points, right? I don't know if defense is going to be involved in a lot, but my bottom confidence pick is KC defense over 1.5 turnovers. I figured, Brady just threw 3 against the Packers defense, which is decent. Chiefs defense is super underrated, man. Like we remember we talked about this in last year's Super Bowl. Like if they get them in a situation where all they can do is throw, that's it. It's a wrap, just like it was last year.
Yeah. So my question here, and this got me into a little bit of trouble because I did a side bet not last week, but 2 weeks ago, last set of games, where I took the under, I think it was 2.5 for sacks for both Green Bay and Tampa Bay, because my thinking was that Brady had a good offensive line, and he's always kind of been able to maneuver his way out of sacks. And Aaron Rodgers is mobile enough in the pocket, to get out of the pocket, keep things going, not take that sack. So I put it up against Mark and said, I don't think there's going to be that many sacks in this game. Obviously, I was good on the Brady side, but Aaron Rodgers just got fucking housed.
Yeah.
Do you think Tampa Bay can do that to Patty Mahomes?
They'll get him a couple times, sure.
Yeah.
I think Shaq or JPP will have one. There'll probably be another random one, maybe Devin White or something. But 2 is probably where I'm capping it. I feel like
You don't think they get up to, what did they get, 4?
Yeah, I don't think they get up to 4. No way.
Okay.
No way. But I don't know. We'll see. It'll be interesting. Speaking of Super Bowl, so we found a ton of prop bets. So figured we could talk about that this week because those are always fun. Maybe we'll just go through each one, see what we're thinking here. I just pulled out, the first ones I could find here because there are literally some pages that have 500 of them on there. So we're not doing 500. Okay. How many times will Bill Belichick be mentioned? More than once or less than once? I'm going more than once.
Oh, absolutely more than once.
Yeah. Okay.
They're going to have graphics with Bill Belichick on it.
No doubt. No doubt. So that's minus 175. So, I mean, the money here is on the less than once, but they're going to at least, that's less than once. So 0 times. There's no way they mention him 0 times. That's not possible.
No.
With all the connections here with the these guys. How many commercials will have a dog in it? Over or under 4.5? I'm going over. America loves dogs. Feel like that's a sure thing.
So that doesn't have anything to do with the dog being the center of attention, right? So just has a dog in the frame.
I would think so. I mean, if you click the actual bet, it gets into the technicalities, but regardless, I think we're looking at a lot of commercials that have a dog in it somewhere.
Yeah, I would probably go with over 4.5. I mean, even if it's like a commercial about the home and the dog kind of comes through,
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's where Vegas is too. They're at over 4.5, minus 250, under plus 170. Okay, coach to have nostrils first seen during game. Andy Reid plus 150, Bruce Arians minus 250. And this is because Reid wears the face shield. Or wait a minute, is this reversed? So yeah, Arians wears the mask.
Yep.
Reid wears the face shield. But it's nostrils to be seen first. So you'd think Reid would be the bet, but he's getting the money here. So I don't get it. It's like reversed.
Yeah, that is weird.
I would take Reid in that case.
Yeah, I would too, because of the fact. I mean, he also masks, so he'll wear a mask. But I feel like when you're wearing a shield, also, you're more likely to allow that mask to go down.
Right.
And it's also, I believe, allowable in the NFL versus everyone was getting fined without having a mask. He also tapes his mask to his his shield to his glasses. Did you notice that?
No, I didn't. Jesus.
Yeah. So I saw that the last time. He has like tape and like right here so that the mask it's kind of hilarious.
Jesus. Well, that one will be interesting. I'm probably not touching that one with a 10-foot pole just because there's technicalities and it'll be weird. How many times will Gisele Bundchen be shown? Over or under 1.5? So 2 times or under, basically. I think they'll show her in the crowd shot, and then if Brady wins, that's 2 right there. If something bad happens to Brady in crunch time, that's 2 right there. I think you're getting 2 regardless, minimum.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, and that's where Vegas is too. They got that at minus 250. Under 2 is my plus 170. Primary color of Mahomes' headband: red, black, gray, or white. I mean, it's Chiefs, so it'll be probably red. That's where Vegas has it. You think there's a chance at anything else?
I like white for plus 600. I mean, you're getting a lot and not having to put much up. So it's a solid. I think you're about 50-50 red or white because white's still a Chiefs color. It still fits, especially if they home or away in
Oh, I'm not sure.
unis. Or no, they said that they're wearing red unis, like the full, like the traditional red.
Yeah, yeah.
So it would make sense, to offset that color maybe if he's got a good sense of style, which I would imagine he does.
Yeah, no, I like the white bet. The gray, the black, that's a bad idea. But white, the price is right, and throw $10 on it. That's 60 back, I believe. Like that's decent.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Right.
Okay, we got first touchdown scorer on either team. For the Chiefs, it's Tyreek. Travis are the guys that are most likely. Then CEH, Mekhi Hardman, Sammy Watkins, Patrick Mahomes, Le'Veon Bell. I don't know where Darrell Williams is on this list, but that's who I would want because they got Lev Bell at plus. I guess what they're insinuating here is that Lev Bell would be the backup running back this week since there's been 2 weeks in between. There's not going to be any Darrell Williams. I don't know. He's the hot hand right now. I feel like
I also
we could see him.
the Hardman pick there.
Yeah,
that's
a
good money. It's a good price, and it's a good shot. Like, especially if the Tampa Bay Bucks are holding on, really kind of putting the pressure on Hill and Kelsey. That still opens up Hardman.
Right, and that gives you the opportunity for a kick return too. So.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that. I'd go. I think Hardman because then you can ignore the running back shenanigans and still get the good price. That's a good call.
Yeah.
Over on the Bucks, it's obviously Mike Evans, Godwin, Fournette are the obvious guys. The Antonio Brown's near them too. Ronald Jones, Gronk, Scotty Miller, Cameron Braid are all up there. I would go Cameron Braid maybe.
I like that one.
Yeah, plus 1,600, $10 gets you 160. I think.
Yeah,
that's not bad. He's caught a few touchdowns. Gronk's
also
been
Scotty Miller.
Yeah, Scotty Miller could be good. Yeah, I mean, I think you just go with the money on these. Throw $10 on one of these long shot guys and hope it works out.
Yeah.
Okay, longest completion, Tom Brady, 38.5 yards over under. I think he'll probably go over. He'll probably get a bomb in. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, you can't count him out. You really can't count him out for that stuff because it's so built into just his play style. A couple runs, kind of lull the defense a little bit, and then he just knows how to open it up. And he's got the quick guys. Scotty Miller, incredibly fast. Chris Godwin's got great hands.
Yeah, he's got the weapons.
Evans.
Antonio Brown even could do it. Yeah. Yep. No, I like that. I'm going over on him and Mahomes. Mahomes is 39.5 yards. I mean, you got Tyreek there, Jesus, and Mekhi Hardman, like, of course.
Yeah.
Yep, I like it. And then, funny, it parlays right into Tyreek Hill longest reception, not touchdown reception, just reception, over under 26 yards. And reception could be catches it for 1, takes it for 26. So I like that.
Over, way
over, 100%. Yeah, that's an
probably
easy one.
Multiple.
Yeah, no doubt. Player to get the first reception in the game. I'm going Kelsey.
Yeah, I mean, if no,
it depends who gets the kick.
Money wise, though, I like Hardman.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, the money's with Hardman. It depends, who gets the ball first. That's the problem with this bet is you could be right. Kelsey could catch the first catch for the Chiefs, but what if Tampa gets the ball first?
Right.
So I would just stay the hell away from that one. Player to make an interception: Honey Badger, Daniel Sorensen, L'Jarius Sneed, Bashad Breeland. Looks like these are all Chiefs. Honey Badger is a great bet, obviously. L'Jarius Sneed is where my money's at, though. He's had a great year. Really good playoffs. He's got the best price here. That's where I would go.
Nice. I like it.
Okie dokie. Home stretch here. Player to record 50+ rushing yards. Fournette's the obvious one. He's the only guy that's minus. He's minus 110. Rojo's plus 210, Darrell Williams plus 225, CEH plus 400, Mahomes plus 600, Brady plus 25,000. Okay, so you put $1 on Brady.
Yeah. And that the great thing about this is all of those guys could get 50 plus yards, and it wouldn't be that out of the realm of possibility for Brady to do it.
Right, he doesn't have to do it in one play. He could scramble forward a few times. All he needs is one of those prevent defense looks and run for 20, 30 yards and then scramble a few other times. He could break 50.
You know what you do with this is you do two. You do put $20 on Mahomes, and then you just put that $1 on Brady.
Yeah, I think Mahomes is a great bet at plus 600, but Brady at plus 25,000. Like Jesus, that's a price right there.
Yeah.
Okay, last couple here. Player to record 100 plus receiving yards. Shit, how much time you got, buddy? Kelsey, yes. Hill, yes. Godwin, very likely. Evans, very likely. Brown, possible. Watkins, no. Hardman, not likely. Gronk, not likely.
Nope. Yeah. I think you got to go with the obvious guys there.
Yeah, but I think more than one's going to have 100, plus receiving yard game.
Hardman will only do it if he gets if he can get a bust out run. So he'd have to do the majority in one play.
Yeah, right. Yep. Okay, Tom Brady, outcome of first attempted pass. Completion minus 200, incomplete or sack plus 175, interception plus 1,800. So you could do a couple bucks an interception and incomplete sack. That's where the value is to me.
I think I'm staying out of this one. I don't see an interception happening that early because I think they're going to be a little conservative to start. As far as running the ball, trying to get quick passes, stuff like that. He's not going to just open up with a bomb. Mahomes is going to open up with a bomb. I think this is going to be a complete, and I don't think it's worth the money to.
Yeah, you're right. The price is shit. So yeah, probably just stay away from that one. Okay, last three: coin toss, heads, tails. I'm not.
Shot,
I'm not touching that. That's stupid. What will be said first, COVID or pandemic? That's a tough one. Yeah,
pandemic.
Pandemic's got the price too. That's plus 300. COVID's minus 500. That's a good price, and it's a good shot too. So I like that. And last but not least, color of Gatorade. They're calling it liquid. It's Gatorade. Poured on winning coach. Orange is plus 125. Red and pink plus 300. Yellow, green, or lime plus 400. Purple plus 600. Clear plus 600. Blue plus 700. It's usually orange. That's why the price is where it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe blue. Do they have different tints of blue? That's the thing. No, it's just blue. So if it's the light blue, you're good.
Yeah. Yeah, I could go with blue. It's got the good price. That's about it. This is a crapshoot. There's no way of knowing.
That's right. That's what you do with that one. $10 gets you 70. If it's blue, you're good. Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah.
All right.
That's what we got.
Well, that would be the end of our show. Make sure you're following us on Twitter at IDP Guys. Individually, I'm at Nate Cheat. John is at OrangeMan3142. The website relaunches on Friday. So definitely check it out. Give it a look at idpguys.org. And check out our YouTube channel, Writer Digest Network, on YouTube, REITER Digest Network. You'll find this show. We've got a lot. There's a lot of good things coming this year with the YouTube channel, and there's going to be a ton of content. Let me tell you. So check all that out. But for our penultimate show of the season, it's I don't know what we're going to do in our off time when we don't have this show to be prepping. Huh, Johnny?
There's so much other shit. We'll be fine.
Yeah, I know. But all right, Johnny, see you next week for our last episode of the season. And
Yes, sir.
we'll know the Super Bowl winner. Enjoy your Super Bowl there.
Yeah, go Chiefs.